Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome back to another edition of the NFL on ABSN. This is your pregame show precursor to today's action that we got for you today, which is the bum-ass Giants versus the bum-ass Vikings. But we're going to cover it. We're going to have fun. We're going to be observers of the game like we do over here. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that subscribe button. And, man, get your coffee. Get your bacon, egg, and cheese. And listen to us, man, and get ready for some football action, man. We already had some action over the weekend. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into some of the action today. There's some rumors. There's some people that got you know what I'm saying? There's some people that's or some teams, I should say, that's playing for playoff implications. Some already clinched, some looking to clinch today. We're gonna talk about all that. And yeah, we're gonna see if we can make some money this week, man. And with the pick six, I think we was like 4 out of 6 last week or something like that. But Pat, man, what's good, man? How you feeling today? This morning, coming off this weekend, man, or coming off the weekend so far, the weekend's action. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Seen that Bears-Packers yesterday. Bears are one of the luckiest teams in this season, so that's their script this year, cardiac Bears. They're going to win all the tight, close games. Oh, how do they do that? And all that onside kick. Come on, man. But hey, I'm in the playoffs myself, man. I'm in my money league fantasy football playoffs, and it was looking good until Saquon Barkley got that touchdown for the Eagles against the Commanders. So man, now I'm going against
Saquon and did you in again.
Right. So, it is what it is, man. But feeling good, man. Ready to get into the show, and let's talk some NFL on ABSN. We'll be right back.
All right, let's do it.
YCK, the Raisin Man.
All right, man. Let's get into this, man. We're gonna set it off with yesterday's games. Caleb Williams, Magic in overtime. OT, the Bears get it done against the Packers, man. Salute to the chat, man. Coach, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Yeah, we're gonna set it off with this one, man. Bears come back. Jordan Love goes out. I told you I ain't really like the vibe of this Packers team early in the season. You were saying about the Bears, though, how they've been getting lucky. And I mean, this throw, though, man, Caleb Williams put on DJ Moore was a pretty good one.
That was a throw.
And they definitely, man, earned that victory, man. But they have been, you know, on the better luck side of things. I will say that this year, I think it's 5 or 6 wins they had.
I think it's 6 now.
6 wins, I think, you know what I'm saying, comeback or close wins or whatever you call it. But what was your thoughts in last night's game on Bears? Chicago, bro. They looking pretty good now, you know, and in the Packers, man, with a tough loss, man. But Malik Willis look good though.
Yep, Malik Willis came in.
Oh shit, son.
Yep.
Oh shit. Hold up, bro. Damn. Didn't I say he could be somebody said that shit? That he could be a decent quarterback if he got a little bit of time and in the right system. Damn, yeah, but everybody was saying he was a bum when I was saying that he should be picked by a certain organization. I'm not going to get into that right now, but Malik Willis looked pretty good out there. 9 of 11, did throw a touchdown. Did all he did do. He did fumble the snap late in the game, 4th and 1. But overall, man, a pretty good performance by the kid. But what's your thoughts, Pat?
My thoughts is this Bears team is going to have a good record going to the playoffs, but they have to play better football if they want to win in the playoffs and get to the Super Bowl. They can win all these little cardiac games if they want to, getting onside kicks and things of such, but that was a Packers team that lost Jordan Love halfway through the game.
Yeah.
And the Packers really dominated that game until the onside kick. The Bears didn't score a touchdown. They only had 3 field goals into that onside kick, and then they put 2 touchdowns and they win the game. So you got to close this Bears team out. I will say that. You got to close them out when you get the chance, but they're not going to continue to win like that, especially going all the way into the Super Bowl. But they're a good team. They're a good defense. They're a very sound team on offense. Just Caleb Williams misses a couple of throws that he should make, and that can change and alter a game in the playoffs. But other than that, man, they're a good team. They got to figure out a way to be dominant. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wait, and you don't have to get all these turnovers to win. Like, the offense needs to be that offense that they are, man. You got Roma Dunze, Luther Burden, Caleb Williams, Loveland, Cole Kmet, Swift, Monangai, good offensive line. Like, God, dog.
Yep.
Y'all can actually whoop ass. Yeah, a very good defense. They should actually be whooping ass. I don't know what it is, why this team is just in so many close games, but we'll see.
I mean, yeah, the Bears 11-4. They are sitting in the 2nd seed right now. The Seattle Seahawks, who beat the Rams on Thursday night, are the number 1 seed in the NFC, man. Who would have thunk that shit?
Crazy.
Who would have thunk that shit? That Seattle and Chicago would be 1-2 in the NFC. That is crazy. Wow, right there, bro. Like it really is, man. And it is something to be said, man, for the job that those 2 teams did. But Bears are in it. And hold up real quick though. Let me show y'all something.
Rush 4, Willis.
Check out my boy Malik
Bears
Willis.
rush 4, Willis. Floats one deep, he's got Dobbs. He's got it! Touchdown, Green Bay!
Yeah. That's one for you.
Bears rush 4, Willis. Floats one deep, he's got Dobbs. He's got it! Touchdown!
Dobbs in that helmet, man. Apple head. Romeo
that
Dobbs.
helmet is ridiculous, bro.
That helmet's sick, bro. And I'm surprised he caught that, man. That dude got butterfingers too. But yeah, man. Just goes to show you quarterbacks that when they get out of certain situations, it's some poisonous situations for quarterbacks, man. Any New York team is. Tennessee is another one. You know what I'm saying? And that's where Malik Willis was. Oh, the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? But that's where Malik Willis was before he got to Green Bay and got with LaFleur, man, and looking much better. And I think he's a free agent, so he might be getting a little pay raise here pretty soon. But all right, man. In other action, the Eagles clinch the NFC East again, beating the Commanders. Not a surprise. 29-18. Now the controversy here was they went for 2 and they didn't quite like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't a brawl broke out in the game because they was upset, you know what I'm saying? I guess because I mean, you know how this team get down though. You know how Philadelphia gets down, bro. You know, and Sirianni and them, they like to rub it in. You know, they like to cause a stir. And that was the thing there. I'm gonna show it to you right now.
Turned into a full-on shot. Barkley's run to take him over 100 yards. And now the chippiness has turned into a full-on shoving match. Look how Tyler Steen throwing punches. Now this is getting ugly.
Pause it so they won't try to.
We got flags, we got hats.
But yeah, so that's what went down over there, man. But again, Eagles clinch. They are sitting at the 3 seed right now. Talk to me a little bit about Philly and what you've seen from them in this game. Because ain't really shit to be talking about with Washington. For real. They can't beat nobody but the New York Giants at this point. But
I see an Eagles team that is not as strong as they once were. I see an Eagles team that's very A.J. Brown dependent on getting up the field when it comes to the passing game. Maybe Devontae Smith gets a big gainer here and there, and it gets a touchdown here or there. As long as you play discipline against this Eagles team, you should beat them. The Commanders had them 10-3 at halftime. You know what I'm saying? Before they did Commanders things. And that Commanders defense is not good. So the Eagles couldn't even take advantage of that until, you know, the Commanders just wore down. They had Josh Johnson, and that dude stayed playing for team. He's like,
how is he still around, bro?
How is he still around, bro? And he comes in, throws interception and all that crazy stuff. I think if they had Marcus Mariota the whole game, the Commanders had a chance to win that game. You know,
the
so
quarterback situation is terrible right now.
It's terrible over there now. They better hope Marcus Mariota can play. Well, they should just play to lose and get a better draft pick, man. It's over. Get Jaden Daniels healthy. And in that situation, handling him, that's a whole nother story. But I don't think this Eagles team could beat the Rams. I don't think they could beat the Bears. I don't think they could beat Seattle, to be honest with you. And if the 49ers get a little bit more health, I think the 49ers can beat them too. This Eagles team is nowhere near the same, but I will say this, veteran resolve. If they could get that run game going with Saquon Barkley, then they're a different team. But other than that, man, I don't see this team beating too many of the teams in the playoffs. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. I'm kind of with you there. I don't think this is the year for Philly. I mean, look, man. At some point, you know, you can't just get by with the same old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta step up your game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know the Eagles scheme is vanilla. You know what I'm saying? you shut the run down. You know, you pretty much force Hurst to throw, and that's your path to victory. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the coaching. Nick Sirianni is not a good coach. He is Brian Dable in disguise. I'm telling you, this motherfucker is goofy as shit. And all that shit they did yesterday with that fight with Washington, you know what I'm saying? Because they wanted to go in Washington. Yeah, I understand it. You know what I'm saying? You hate that. But at the end of the day, you gotta beat Philly. You know how Philly is. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no sense in you losing your cool. But it just goes to show you what type of team Philly is. And at some point, when you keep playing that style and keep puffing your chest out like you better than everybody, you're gonna get your ass beat. And it's coming. Real. And I think this year in the playoff, when they lose, they're gonna get beat the fuck down by somebody. I don't know who. You named a few teams, but shout out to Mets. Appreciate you tapping in. It says another week, another stay on the NFL from that fight. But it's not just the fight. It's just the fact that this Eagles team ain't who they think they are. You know what I'm saying? And I think an ass whooping is on the horizon. But let's take a look at the playoff picture here real quick. For the NFC, just focusing on the NFC right now. You got Seattle, Philly clinched with that victory. The Rams are in it, but they are in second in the NFC West. Bears leading the North right now. They are the 2 seed, but they have not clinched because Packers still have a chance at the division. So
so do the Lions if they all win.
And the Lions, the Lions do too, a slight chance. And then you got the battle of the NFC South with the Bucks and the Panthers playing today. We're gonna talk about that game here in a second. But Bucks and Panthers playing today. Big game for the South. And the winner is probably in, the loser more than likely out. So big game there. And then you got the 49ers, man, who nobody's really talking about, sitting in the 6th seed. They get in, they might be able to do some damage, man. So, and then you got the Packers and Lions basically fighting for that 7th seed. I think the winner, whoever wins that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the battle for the 7th seed right now. Because like I said, the Panthers and the Bucks, whoever loses today, more than likely is going to be on the outside of the playoffs. So that is the NFC playoff picture. Any thoughts on the right now, Pat, with that?
Interesting matchup. I said the 49ers. It looked like it might be the 49ers versus the Eagles in the first round. And I think the 49ers can win that game. You know, and then it'd be, if it stands today, Buccaneers, Rams. I think the Rams win that. I think the Bears playing the Packers again, that could be dangerous for them. Or playing the Lions again, it could be dangerous for them. I think they could lose either one of them games.
Yeah, because the 1 seed gets the bye. So you got 2. It'll be 2 Chicago versus 7. Yep. So the Chicago more than likely gonna have to play an NFC North opponent in the first round, which is that's gonna be a test.
Gonna be a test, but
both of these teams are veteran teams too, especially the Lions. So let the Lions get in there, man. It might be some trouble for you, but and then you got the Rams. Who more than likely are going to end up playing the Buccaneers or Panthers.
And I ain't gonna whoop either one of them teams.
Yeah, I believe so too. And then, like you said, Eagles 49ers, that's interesting. If it stays like this. Yeah. all right. Now in the AFC, as we take a look at the AFC, only one team is clinched, and that's the Broncos. Broncos 12-2.
Yeah.
Denver.
Go Knicks over there now. They playing. They kind of like Chicago to me too, but
yeah, me
12-2.
too. I'm definitely not feeling the Broncos as a.
They better get that number one seed.
But you never know, man. Sean Payton, he doing things over there with that team. Patriots in at the 2 seed, and look at here, number 3, Jacksonville. The Jacksonville Jaguars with Prince Charming sitting in here at the number 3 seed. Steelers in 4th, Chargers in 5th, Bills in 6th, Texans in 7th right now. And on the outside looking in, the Colts with Old Man Rivers and the Ravens hanging on for dear life, trying to get in. Sad. Yeah, it is sad. So, and they got to play the Patriots, and
they lose today, they're eliminated. So
that's a tough matchup. Steelers also have a tough matchup. They going facing Detroit. Chargers against Dallas. Bills got a layup. They play the Browns, and the Texans got a layup. They play the Raiders. So if those two teams take care of business, they should stay in. The other 4 teams got pretty tough matchups. Jags versus Denver. We're going to get into these games a little bit later, man. But what's your thoughts on the AFC playoff picture, Pat?
The Broncos are going to need that bye, and if they get you to go to Mile High, that's going to be a problem. I will say that. If they get the number 1 seed, you got to go to Mile High. You're going to have to go there and beat the Broncos. I think the Patriots are a solid team. They're just going to have to overcome some of their youth in the playoffs. They're a very youthful team, but they're very well coached and very well prepared. I think the Patriots are a legit team. The Jaguars go down. Who the Jaguars were playing the first round?
Oh, the Jags. They would get the Buffalo Bills.
They would get eliminated by the Bills.
They'll get the Buffalo Steelers. Chargers. That'll be
and that game could go either way. That game could go either way.
Will be very interesting.
And I will say this: if you allow the Steelers to get out the first round, they can turn into a dangerous team. Because they play in the cold with everybody else. Yeah. And I think they can actually use their wisdom or whatever you want to call it and beat the Patriots. And I definitely think they could beat the Broncos. Whatever team they play in that next round. You know what I'm saying? And the Texans are dangerous too.
Texans and Patriots. That's good. That's an interesting one, man. The Patriots, man, they better be careful, man. That Texans.
Yeah, that Texans team plays just like them.
Yeah, man, they're a very good defensive team. So good defenses travel, so you know that, man. And D'Amico Ryans, man, he's able to, salvage a slow start by the Texans, man. He got them humming right now. So watch out for the Texans and the Colts, man. I don't think the Colts make it. I think they get beat by the 49ers today.
I don't think they win another game.
And I think they're going to be out. But the Ravens and Patriots, man, that's going to be a big matchup. We're going to get into that here a little bit later, but that's going to tell a lot, man. This AFC playoff picture, man. And things could get real sticky, especially if Pittsburgh loses to Detroit. All right. The screen. All right, let's get into our previews here. And I am going to start with this Patriots Ravens matchup. Derrick Henry facing former head coach Mike Vrabel. But Derrick Henry has got to be a major part.
Yeah.
In this game. Salute to the chat, man. I see you, Iman, Perry, Rainey, Mosley, Coach, Mets. Appreciate all y'all tapping in. But yeah, this is a big matchup tonight. Sunday night football, 8:20 p.m. Eastern. Patriots, Ravens. Ravens only 3-5 at home. Patriots 6-0 on the road. So something's got to give here. Ravens, like I said, need this victory desperately for their playoff chances. And they're going to have to lean on Derrick Henry in this running game, in my opinion, Pat, because you can't have Lamar Jackson I don't know what I don't really understand the Baltimore Ravens to be honest with you, but it seems to me like they do a lot better when they could just run the football and they don't have Lamar Jackson running around trying to make plays, all game long. Like we say with a lot of these hero quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? The hero ball quarterbacks, you know who they are. And Lamar's one of those, so but when they rein that in and they just can get Derrick Henry going, which he has been inconsistent this year. If they can get him going in this game, and that Patriots offense is tough though, man. They're gonna have their hands full, but Baltimore usually plays solid defense, especially at the crib. I expect this to be a low scoring one. Man, Baltimore -3 at the crib. Despite being 3-5 at home, and the Patriots with a 6-0 road record. Something's telling me to go with Baltimore.
Me too.
Even though the Patriots look clearly are the better team, have played the better football, something telling me to go with Baltimore. And I think at some point the 6-0, the home, them being undefeated on the road is going to give in. I also think that Derrick Henry, and they've been talking about Derrick Henry a lot lately. I think it's Derrick Henry's got to get rolling here. And I think the Ravens can slow down this Patriots offense. They're a team that can do that. And why? What am I talking about? Running the football. You control the clock, you keep them off the field, man, because the Patriots are a good defensive team, man, but Drake May has been on a heater. You know what I'm saying? And they got two running backs, man, that can beat you up in Henderson and Stevenson. So you want to keep that offense off the field, man. And I think if they get Derrick Henry going, they already, putting them in the headlines, former coach Mike Vrabel. I think they get them going here, man, and the Ravens get this one. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the Ravens do get this one. I think this Patriots team is going to have to find themselves playing good teams deep into the season. And maybe they get a lesson learned in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like a lesson learned. You're facing a desperate Ravens team. Mm-hmm. And I think if the Texans and the Bills win, I think they're eliminated if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. I think you're going to get a desperate Ravens team. I think they pull out the victory, but I still think they might get eliminated today with the Bills and Texans win. So
yeah, Bills and Texans got two layup games. Buffalo with Cleveland, and then the Texans with the Raiders. Two teams that are fighting for draft position, and then two teams fighting for playoff position. Doesn't usually equal out to upset victories, but anything's possible. But I think they do take care of business too, and I think the Ravens get eliminated. Coach says Lamar, I think Lamar needs this game too. He needs the guys to step up and help him. Yeah. And the main guy that needs to step up and help him is Derrick Henry. William Horton, shout out to you. Colts play the 49ers tomorrow night. Yeah, man, I think the Colts going to take that out. Phillip Rivers, man. What the hell are you doing out there? All these guys trying to come back out and play. You got JPP. He coming back out of retirement. This shit wild in the NFL, man. Says scripts to get Baltimore and the Colts don't want the Colts in the playoffs. The Colts ain't getting in the playoffs. It's between the Ravens
and the Texans.
I'll come back to the playoff picture right here. Yeah, these 4 teams for the last 2 spots.
And what's the Texans record?
The Texans are 9-5.
Yeah, so
the
they
Ravens
win.
are 7-7. So again, the Ravens can't catch these 2 teams unless they lose out. Because they got 2 more wins over them, and the Bills got 3 wins over them. So they got a 3-game lead. They got a 2-game lead. It's only 3 games left to play. So
and the Bills beat the Ravens, so they're on.
The best they could do is tie. I don't think the Bills. I think the Bills are going to get in a 99% chance, even if they lose. You see the playoff possibility right here. So they're in by all sets, by all accounts. So it's really between the Texans, Colts, and Ravens. And I think Houston takes care of the Raiders, man. Get in. If they win, it's a 98% chance. I don't know how it's not 100, but whatever. I guess somehow the Colts can catch them. Yeah, that's what it is. The Colts, because the Ravens can't catch them. They win. So that's that.
Oh yeah, and if I think the Colts play the Texans, so the Texans lose out and the Colts win. Yeah.
That's what it is, man. But yeah, so that's that game. We both like the Ravens here. The over under is 48.5. I might actually like the under here. I don't like that point spread at all, though. -3. That shit sound like a setup. Because these are 2 really good teams. The Ravens could win by 1 or 2. Who knows? Usually how it works. But nevertheless, man, let's go to another big matchup here today. Bucks and Panthers. Bucks giving 3.5 to Carolina. Carolina at home, 4-2 at home. Bucks 4-3 away. Both teams 7-7. Baker Mayfield undefeated versus the Panthers. This Panthers team, though, is feisty, man. They a feisty bunch, man. Rico Dwaddle and Bryce Young, man, leading the offense, man. They've been, they've been playing pretty decent, football here. But they do play in the NFC South, and they have been an up and down team, as has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So this one could go either way. Since I had the Panthers as one of my top 5 sleeper teams this year, I'm gonna go ahead and stick to my guns. And I think these 2 teams play again, right, Pat? I think they play again.
I think so too.
So this, they could split, so I'm gonna give the home team the edge here, and I'm gonna go with Carolina, man. But with Carolina, they are a team that's got to lean on their running game too, man. And keep Bryce Young protected, man, because he plays well when he's protected. Remember the previous years, man, he was getting his head knocked off. And he was looking crazy out there, and they even had to bench him at one point. So, but that line is played a lot better, and the Panthers, man, they got a chance to, finally knock off the Bucks, man, who have been ruling the NFC South, man, for a few years now, going back to the Brady days. But what's your thoughts on this one?
I think the Buccaneers get a hard-fought win against the Panthers at home.
Going the other way. All right. Bucks.
I think the Bucks pull it out. I think they just outlast Carolina and they win a tough game in Carolina, and they'll move on to the playoffs. I think that's what's going to happen.
Any reason why? I think they two pretty evenly matched teams. I mean,
I think they're two pretty evenly matched teams.
I mean, the Bucks will have all their receivers out there today, though.
Yeah.
So they could cook on offense, man. I expect.
I think their defense steps it up against the Panthers today.
I think this one could be more on a higher scoring, on a higher scoring end. You know, just because, man, those Bucks wide receivers, man. I mean, they only had all three of them on the field, I think, like for 2 or 3 games this season, man. But man, when you got Mbuka, Mike Evans, and Godwin out there, sheesh, that's pretty tough, man. And Bucky Irvin. So look, man. Rainey says McMillan dominates today. I like the Panthers receivers too. Rainey. I like McMillan and my boy Leggett, man, old country boy, man. We was high on him last year, Xavier Leggett, from South Carolina, man. So, but yeah, I like Carolina's little squad. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm rolling with the Panthers, man. But you make a good argument for Tampa Bay, man. But yeah. So that is a matchup right here for the NFC South. Now let's go over to the AFC and Broncos Jaguars, man. Broncos Jaguars. Man, I think the Jaguars, man, snuck up on some teams. Snuck up on some teams. And Denver 7-0 at home, man. That mild. I would hate to play in Denver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm any type of player, the altitude, and I mean it's just weird things in Denver. And everybody high over there, physically and literally. Like I would want to go play in Denver, man. So this is gonna be a tough game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, in my opinion, man. Denver give it 3.5. They're the favorites here. But Jacksonville's been playing some pretty good ball. They got the beat up on the Jets last week, though, so I ain't really counting that one. But they are 10-4, 4-2, and they are leading the South, the AFC South. So big game today in Denver. How you see this one playing out?
I'm seeing Denver winning this game, and I told you, Denver is a place that you don't want to play late in the season. And they're 7-0 at home. So that home field advantage is going to be important to them because they are dominant at home. And they've won a couple of games, on the road where they shouldn't have won. But Denver at home, I think, is solid. And I think they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars today. And look out for the Texans to win that AFC South, man.
Ooh, that might be an unpopular opinion. Okay. Because, yeah, the Texans still right there. You know what I'm saying? We can come back to this tab here, the playoff picture, man. Texans in 7th, man. But see, 9-5, yeah. So Jacksonville loses. They go to 10-5, and the Texans, they'll both be 10-5. So do they play again?
No, the Texans play the Raiders today, the Chargers next week, and the Colts the last week of the season. And I think they can win all 3 of those games. And then Jacksonville they play the Broncos, the Colts, and the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
So it just goes down to who has the better division record.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, because I think the Jaguars will lose to the Broncos today. I think they're the team that will actually lose to the Colts. I'll be honest with you. They're the team that will actually, they're the team that actually will let the Colts beat them. But let's just say they lose to the Broncos, but win out against the Titans and Colts. I think Jacksonville actually would have the better division record, if I'm not mistaken, because hold on, they beat the Texans, and then they lost to the Texans. So the only team they lost to their division is the Texans so far, but they've beaten everybody else.
Now, let me ask you this. And here's where I think it could get. Here's the little spin, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to put on this. First of all, I think they both get in regardless. I think it's just a matter of who wins the division and who doesn't. And that's important, right? Because that 3 seed, you got to play Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta play Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? The 7 seed gotta play New England. That ain't no layup. That's a very tough game too, man. But I don't know if I want to smoke with Buffalo, bro.
No. And then if the Texans went out, they'll be 5-1 in the division too. So it would come down to like opponents.
Mm-hmm.
So
Iman says Texans already beat Buffalo. Yeah, man, but this the playoffs though. Playoffs. So I don't know, man. I just think Josh Allen and them dudes is hungry. You know what I'm saying? I think the 6 seed, I think they'll still wind up in the AFC Championship game. That's my feeling right now, looking at this playoff picture. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust either of them South teams. Damn sure don't trust the Chargers. Y'all know how I feel about the fucking Chargers. And we talked about Denver. You know what I'm saying? One of them teams got to make it though. Maybe you see a Pittsburgh Buffalo situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
See, the only thing with the Bills, if they remain the 6th seed win, they better hope that 7th seed wins so they don't have to go to Denver. Because I think if they go to Denver in that second round, they'll wind up losing.
Oh yeah, Denver would play Buffalo. You see what I'm saying? And then you know, so let me go back up here. So, you know, and if the Steelers beat the Chargers, you know, and they'll play the winner of the Patriots Texans.
It might be Broncos Bills versus Patriots Steelers. And then I think the Steelers.
So the Steelers can beat,
Patriots.
And I think the Bills can beat the Broncos. That's what I'm saying. It could be Bills versus Steelers in the AFC Championship game. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
I don't know who wins that one.
I don't know who wins that
one. Then it's in Pittsburgh too.
It's a lot of spins they could put on that one. You got the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, you know. Then a lot of narratives, a lot of ways they can, you know, finagle that one.
I'm gonna get them to the Super Bowl. Oh my God.
Right, you know, it'll be his 3rd Super Bowl appearance.
You can see the Steelers Rams or something. Ooh.
But yeah, so I think we both feel like Denver should handle business here against Jacksonville. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, this one. Steelers, speaking of the Steelers playing the Lions today on the road. Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Mike Tomlin versus Dan Campbell. The Lions, who have been reeling, clinging on to their playoff hopes right now on the outside looking in, trying to catch the Packers for for that 7th seed. But Lions a bit of a disappointment. For me personally, you know, I felt like this Lions team would be a lot better. They are 5-2 at home, so they've been pretty good at the crib. 7.5, man, damn. They must be expecting Pittsburgh to just come in and kind of
just lay down,
waddle. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see that happening. I think this game will be a lot closer. I'd actually take the Steelers with those points if I put the bet in. Because the Lions, they just ain't right, man. St. Brown, though, you know, my homie St. Brown doing his thing out there, man. But this Lions, I think it's their defense, man. And it usually is their defense that has let them down. Point spread 52.5, so they expect some scoring here in this game. I don't know, man. How you see this one playing out, bro? I can see it going. I can see the Steelers going in there and getting a dub. I just can.
I can too. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I can. I can see them going in there and beating the Lions and sending the Lions on home. But this is a desperate Lions team. They are in Ford Field. I think they still call it Ford Field. I can see this going either way, but if the Lions can't get that run game going, I see the Steelers making their life a living hell on offense. I really do. But TJ Watt is not playing, so that's you know.
And then if the Steelers lose and the Ravens win, that sets them. You see what I'm saying? Like, is it? Can they still win the division? The Ravens can still. The Steelers haven't clinched.
No.
So again, the Steelers could be on a danger of being out if they lose this game. What's the schedules here? Let's take a look here. All right, Pittsburgh. They got Cleveland, but so that game at Baltimore, they're gonna beat Cleveland. But that game at Baltimore,
it's gonna come down to the last game of the season.
You see what I'm saying? Because they might 7.5 is a lot, bro. Something funny with that. You see what I'm saying? Why would they, both teams 8-6, why are they giving the Lions so many points? You see what I'm saying?
I like the setup to me, cuz.
So I think the Steelers cover, but I think the Lions win the game. I think that's how I see it going. And with this loss, man, I think it is going to set up for Ravens Steelers, man, that week, that last game of the season, week 18. Iman has the Lions. No faith in the Steelers, huh? I honestly don't have a lot of faith in the Steelers either. Only have faith in them because they're a veteran team. You got a Hall of Fame head coach and a Hall of Fame quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame edge rusher. I think they play good enough defense and they can score enough points on offense, even though they're inconsistent. They can score enough points on offense. I think they could be a dangerous playoff team if they get in. But now I'm starting to wonder if they get in or not. Because I don't trust Baltimore at all. Baltimore gets in, I think they're gonna get beat. I don't know, man. It's something psychologically wrong with that team because it ain't talent. It's something deeper. But what's your thoughts, man?
I think if it came down to the Steelers versus the Ravens at the end of the season, I think the Steelers actually win that game because the Ravens, when it just comes to pressure situations, they don't win, bro. I'm just gonna keep it honest with you. They don't win.
They don't.
They never do.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They
They
don't.
never do, bro.
It's sad to say, but it's true.
You know, so I think the Steelers get in, but I do think there's a good chance they can lose today. But I'm gonna pick the Steelers just because I think something's wrong with that Lions team, man.
Okay. I like the Steelers to cover. I'm not sure if they actually beat Detroit at home. I don't know about that. But anyway, all right, so we're gonna do a couple more here. We're gonna go into the NFC East games here. We'll save the Giants, Minnesota for last. We're gonna go to Dallas Chargers because it's a big game, even though the Cowboys are officially eliminated from the playoffs, so we don't have to watch no fucking Cowboys in the playoffs. Thank you. Yes. Good riddance. Dallas 1.5 favorites at home. Chargers can actually clinch a playoff spot here, so much bigger game for the Chargers. I do think Dallas comes out game in this one. Play a tough game, man, but I think the Chargers get it done and clinch. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the Chargers get it done and clinch. I think they beat the Cowboys in a high-scoring game. The Cowboys' offense is always known to put up some points against the best of them. So, but I just think the Chargers' run game with Amarion Hampton and those guys, they control this game. They can win it like a 34-20, 24 type game.
Yeah, definitely. Going with the Chargers. Safe bet here. Los they. Because, I mean, if the Chargers win, I mean, you know, they are the underdogs somehow in this game. So pretty good to just bet the Chargers outright here with the 1.5 going the Cowboys' way. And, yeah, I think the Chargers come out game here. They run the football, you know, keep the Dallas offense off the field enough. And get the dub here. Harbaugh gets in, and maybe his brother doesn't. Maybe you see one Harbaugh in the playoffs this year. So Dallas Cowboys eliminated. What's your thoughts on the Cowboys moving forward, man? Like, what to make of this team? I mean, does anybody think they're anywhere close to being a type of Super Bowl contending team? Is this with Dak Prescott? Okay, with Dak Prescott, let's change the music here. So with Dak Prescott, I don't think Dallas will ever be a Super Bowl contending type team. And with the coaches that they bring in, I don't think they'll ever be a Super Bowl type caliber team. You need, much like the team we about to talk about right after this, you need a person out there on the football field that's calling the shots. And it can't be Jerry Jones. You see what I'm saying? See, Jerry Jones can do that media stuff, but what he does is he undermines his coaches. That's why nobody want to coach in Dallas. Why do you think Dallas don't ever get a big time head coach?
Because they all have to be like be subservient to Jerry Jones. You know, the only thing I didn't like about what Jerry Jones did is he got rid of those first round picks. And I like Quentin Williams and I like the other guy. But they got rid of those first round picks expecting to do something this year. So maybe they regroup next year and maybe they are a better team next year. You know, they get their defense together. They use some picks to get some DBs in there because Deron Bland has been getting absolutely destroyed. Diggs is going to play today. We'll see, man. We'll see what that defense can do, because if that defense can play well next year, they can be a team that, you gotta worry about them Cowboys, because their offense has always been legit. They're gonna put up some points, but if they defense, I don't know. If that defense starts playing, they could be a very, very good team. I want to use both those first round picks though. I like the Quentin Williams pickup, but then I don't know, man. And then you better bring back Pickens. You better bring back Pickens. But
so Dak Prescott, 26 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, almost 4,000 yards today. He puts up numbers. And my takes are never lazy, homie. I'm well researched in this shit, bro. You got to look at the clutch moments where the Cowboys always lose. I'm not saying they're not going to be good, bro. I said they'll never win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott as their quarterback. That's what I said, because that's their goal. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about him balling. You know what I'm saying? It's about the fact that I don't think he can get it done when it fucking matters. He's a regular season fucking quarterback.
Yep.
That's the point I'm making. It ain't that the dude ain't good. It's that he ain't good when it matters. So
obviously, I'm sorry.
There you have it. Go ahead.
Obviously, you haven't watched the Cowboys in the playoffs. Their offense has been trash in the playoffs too. You didn't see the year prior where him and CeeDee Lamb couldn't get it together.
You don't watch the game.
Yeah, you don't watch the game. You don't.
But my takes ain't never lazy, bro. My takes.
Yeah, you can say that about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. We've been saying it. We just said it here on the stream about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. So either you ain't listening or you ain't paying attention. But yeah, I mean, we don't do lazy takes over here, brother.
Yeah,
just keep it real over here.
And like the defense, when it had Micah Parsons and all these players, what was they doing? Dak Prescott was throwing fucking picks. So again, you do your homework. You know what I'm saying? And start coming with lazy comments. So I'm gonna start calling you out. All right. Let's go to the bum-ass New York Giants. God, I hate this fucking team. So we'll be on the call here in about 30 minutes. So we'll spend a little bit talking about the Giants here. JJ McCarthy and Jackson Dart, man. This is an interesting matchup from that perspective. Some Giants fans wanted JJ McCarthy. Some Giants fans are already out on Jackson Dart, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in a quarterback matchup, and that's really all I'm interested in. Because these teams suck. To be quite frankly with you, especially the Giants. But for some reason, I don't know how this fucking AI matchup predictor works. How is the Giants 54.6% fucking favorite to win the game? But they're 2.5 underdogs by Vegas.
I have no idea.
Some don't smell
how they got
right
the Giants predicted to win this game 54%. I don't know. Bro, like, I don't understand this fan base. Oh, well, people act like Dart is proven. Nobody acting like Dart is proven. He's only been here. He ain't even been here a full year. He hasn't played a full 16 games. and has been putting up stats.
You're not giving them a chance to prove anything. How can I prove something if I ain't even really got out there to prove anything yet? I haven't even had my number one receiver out there yet. My star running back got hurt. I've been hurt. This meaning Jackson Dart. So how can I prove anything to you that I'm worth anything when you ain't give me a motherfucking chance? This y'all's problem.
Right. That's exactly what y'all problem is.
And then within that sample size, I got 20 touchdowns and 4 picks?
Yeah, let's look up Jackson Dart's stats.
His stats is 13-4. 13-4 interception to touchdown interception ratio, and he got another 7 touchdowns rushing.
Yeah, he has 7 touchdowns rushing. So he has 20 touchdowns to only 4 turnovers.
4 turnovers.
Well,
4 picks.
He had 4 picks.
He has a couple fumbles, man. But I'm not entertaining Rainey anymore. You're just making dumbass comments now, bro. But anyway, and then you got to look at JJ McCarthy. A lot of people saying shit about JJ McCarthy like they talking about Jackson Dart. Has he got in enough of a shot to show his worth? See, y'all the same motherfuckers. That's why I brought up that Malik Willis thing earlier. Y'all the same motherfuckers that was trolling me because I was high on this kid, and now he out there balling in Green Bay. But if it was up to you, son bitches, you'd have put him out the league. Because y'all ain't got no patience. You see what I'm saying? Now, tell me, is JJ McCarthy getting a fair shot? Is Jackson Dart getting a fair shot? This is what I want to talk about with this matchup. Because ain't neither one of these teams playing for shit. Outside of the Giants playing for the number 1 pick. What about these quarterbacks? Because that's all y'all want to talk about anyway. Talk about the quarterbacks. Are they getting enough of a shot? Are they getting a fair shake? Or are they just trash already because you know it? Because y'all know it, right? Is they just done and you want to move on already? And who are you moving on from? In either case, I know you Giants fans, but remember, you Giants fans wanted JJ McCarthy. So what if he was here instead of Jackson Dart? How would you feel then? Because you got on Joe Shane. You want listen, hold on, I'm cooking. You wanted Joe Shane fired because he didn't take JJ fucking McCarthy or Michael Penix Jr., who is hurt. But if he would have listened to you and took JJ McCarthy, well, how would you feel? Because they wasn't getting the dudes you want, wasn't getting Caleb Williams. You sucking him off. Wasn't getting Jaden Daniels. Wasn't getting Drake May. It was between JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix, and who a lot of y'all hated, and Michael Penix. So Joe Shane, because he's such an idiot, took Malik Neighbors, and now we talking about, is JJ McCarthy the answer? Is Michael Penix the answer? And then you got Bo Nix, who nobody wanted. He was a 2nd round pick, remember? Shout out to my bro Pat, though, who was on it. Y'all full of shit, man. Go ahead, bro.
It's just, this fan base is so fickle. You want to get rid of Abdul Carter, too. This nigga ain't looking like Lawrence Taylor. He's a bust. Like, you dudes are crazy, bro. And you get exactly what you want because the owner listens to you. You're the cause of your own demise. Look at you. Now you want to get rid of Jackson Dart. Oh, he's a part of the problem. Why is he a part of the problem? He's the only thing that looks good out there on the field.
He's the only reason you scored 27 points a game.
Right. If it wasn't for him, nigga, we'd be getting blown out 30-something to 10 every game. You put JJ McCarthy in this situation and see what happens.
Yeah,
JJ McCarthy can't even look good in the Vikings situation with Justin Jefferson, Hawkinson, Addison, Naylor. Jones.
They only this guy only wants the quarterbacks that the media talks about.
Yeah, that's it. Who you gonna bring in at quarterback next year? Arch Manning said he's going back to school.
They want Mendoza now. Okay.
Mendoza, you think Mendoza gonna come over here and do?
And I like Mendoza. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't the answer.
Please.
And then you got to think about it. Is he better than Jackson Dart?
No.
Is he?
We can wait for Manning.
Jackson
Get the fuck
Dart
out of here, man. You niggas just
waiting.
y'all want this Messiah type player all the time. That's why you get your ass whooped. You want these heroes, these Messiah type players all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they want.
Only thing I could give you is that kid from Oregon if he came out. I think he could do Jackson Dart a little bit better than Jackson Dart. But he's going to play the same exact way in this system or what you got around him. How about building a team? That's the point. Nigga, you don't need a fucking hero. You need a team. What hero have we got for the Giants? You don't need a fucking hero.
All right, so let's move off the hero candidacy and let's talk about the coaching, because a lot is going to be based off who comes in to be the next head coach of the New York Giants.
Yep.
There is a name. We have a name, y'all. Let me do it.
It's going to be a widespread search. Marcus Freeman mentioned as a guy that should be in their coaching search. Yes, that is the case. I expect him to be the foremost amongst the college candidates. As it pertains to NFL coaches, this is going to be a widespread search because there's no Ben Johnson offensive play caller, bell of the ball type candidate in this cycle. And a lot of the head coaches are calling plays offensively as well. So that really dwindles down the offensive guys. I expect to see some defensive guys, some veteran coaches as well in the mix for the Giants. So that one will get underway in earnest after the season. Marcus Freeman mentioned as a guy that should be in their coach.
But yeah, so the Giants already getting traction on the head coaching search. As you heard, Mike Garafolo there mentioning Marcus Freeman as a potential top candidate emerging for the New York Giants job. Notre Dame head coach. What's your thoughts?
You know what?
And he used to quarterback for the Giants, didn't he?
No.
Am I misremembering?
No, that's Josh Freeman. That's Josh Freeman.
Oh, okay. Josh Freeman. My bad.
I actually wouldn't be mad at that pickup. You want to know why? Because we have a very young team and he's used to coaching those kids at Notre Dame. And when they go through turmoil at the beginning of the season, even though they didn't get into the college playoff this year, they lost 2. They didn't lose again. The very year before, they lost, didn't lose again into the championship against Ohio State. Whatever he does to get those kids reeled back in, he's that type of coach. Yeah, you might start off rocky, but he gets it together and gets those boys right, and they didn't lose a game 2 seasons in a row after their first losses in the beginning of the season. So, and if they would have got into the college playoff this year, I think they would have done the same thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they would have ran through and they probably would have had to play either Indiana or Ohio State, and they would have lost. Marcus Freeman could get people like Malik Neighbors, Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo. He will allow them to be them. And I do think that dude's a leader of men. I truly believe that. I have to study up on him to see his style, the reason why it works. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I know that his style and everything, but I do know based on results, he's a leader of men. He got those kids. They lost to Miami, and I think they lost to Texas A&M or somebody in the next game, and then they ran off.
How long has he been the head coach up there?
I think 4 years, 3 or 4 years. So
Notre Dame's usually pretty good.
He's coached
in
at a
consideration. They're usually in consideration. So.
Yeah, and he's coached at a program that demands results. I don't give a fuck when nobody say Notre Dame demands results, bro. They will get you up out of there quick. So I think he's been under pressure. Like, there's no coach that was under more pressure in the beginning of the season when they lost those 2 games, and he turned it around again. So, yeah, somebody that can come in here and know the flavor of these players that we have here, this young talent, I think he'd get the best out of them. Now, I don't know if he's an offensive or defensive. So, like I said, I got to do more research. The only thing I think they're
saying like basically like he's more of a according to what Mike Garafolo was saying, like this is where they starting at with the offensive side of the so he might be more of an offensive guy in that regard. I don't know for sure. You know, maybe we could touch on this a little bit during the game cast, but I don't know what kind of style or whatever he's playing. All I know is results. And I mean, he seems to get results in college, but coming from college to the NFL, that's another thing you guys got to talk about. You know, that's another big jump. This guy's never coached in the NFL before, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think so. So
he was drafted by the Bears. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, I know he played in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I know I heard of his name before. You know what I'm saying? But I was confusing him with the other Freeman for the Giants. But I know this guy played in the NFL. I just don't.
Oh, he's a defensive guy.
Is he a defensive guy? Okay, cool. I like it. I like it more and more now.
Yeah, he was hired as a defensive coordinator for Notre Dame in 2021, and he's been there since 2021.
Okay.
So
I like it more and more now.
And he was defensive coordinator at Cincinnati when they had all those guys come out there, like Sauce Gardner and them. So he was there. So yeah,
but he's only been in college though, right?
Yes, he's only coaching.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Going from college to the NFL, that's another level. You talking about Josh McCown?
Yeah, Josh McCown, the quarterback.
Is he at Notre Dame now or something? I don't
know. No, he's I think he's a offensive coordinator somewhere, or a quarterbacks coach somewhere. Yeah, I think he's a quarterbacks coach somewhere. He was actually up for head coaching jobs not too long ago.
That's what I'm saying. He was up for head coaching jobs, but I don't know what happened to him, where he went. Yeah, we'll do some homework on Marcus Freeman.
Hey, he might.
Man, this would be a hell of a change for the New York Giants. You see how he look? I'm just saying. I don't have to say it. This would be a hell of a change.
It would be, and I think it would be a good change. I think it would be a good change because I think the way that I see that Notre Dame team play, man, I think he's a CEO type coach. He has a defensive background, but he
looks like a CEO type. Yeah, coach. Looks like somebody that's involved.
Once you believe in his system, I think you will start to see the results. But you have to believe in his system. So if you do bring him over here, you will have to have players that are willing to believe in a system. You see what I'm saying? Like Brian Daboll really didn't have a system. It was about big players making big plays. That was it. You know what I'm saying?
I know I like that running back they got there. So if they could turn our running game into that shit, yo, him
and Scabo, that would be deadly, bro. And this dude runs the ball. Yeah, believe it or not, like he runs the ball tremendously with two running backs over there, with him and that other guy.
They always run it. Notre Dame's been a high level team. So there you have it, New York Giants, man. Marcus Freeman emerging as one of the top options as a candidate.
Ooh, that would be nasty
for the New York Giants.
That would be nasty, bro. Love and Scapo, we're a running team. That's what I would want. Hey, listen, I'm down. Let him take this guy in the first round. If you could trade back to like number 4, number 5, and take Love and have another first round pick, I'm running that. And with Jackson Dart at quarterback, hell yeah, he gonna run that ball. I know he will run the ball. There's nothing in my
guy. So
yeah.
Let's get the defense right, bro. Like, get the fucking defense right, man.
And he will eventually get the offense on par. You know what I'm saying? With Jackson Dart at quarterback,
I think he's got a playmaker. Can he be the type of dude that can just let the offensive coordinator do his thing?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
What he does at Notre Dame.
And then what Rainey says in the chat, you know what I'm saying? If you want to bring in McCown for the offense, maybe this is a guy that will let McCown just run it. If this is the guy, whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going off your suggestion. If maybe he'll be the one to let McCown actually run the offense and not be all over top of him like Brian Dable was. You see what I'm saying? And then
you will see a lot of RPO
coordinator, you know, for his defense, but that defensive coordinator will probably be like more of like somebody that's under his wing, maybe that's a defensive, but he will be involved as the whole operation. You let the defense coach, but you know he may implement a certain defensive system. What kind of defense they run over there in Notre Dame?
They run a attacking style defense. They get after the quarterback, and they're predicated off safeties making tackles. So maybe he's the guy that can turn Tyler Newman into what he's supposed to be, a box safety. You know what I'm saying? And then you give him Abdul Carter and Brian Burns, maybe Thibodeau. I think they're going to try to trade Thibodeau. This dude's been out 8 weeks.
Thibodeau is shut down for the season. Put him on IR, so you won't see no more Kayvon Thibodeau. Maybe not ever in a Giants uniform. I personally think that they should keep Kayvon Thibodeau, but I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more Giants news before we get ready for the game. This is the pregame show. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Crowd favorite media, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Said most of these Giants fans don't even live in New York no more. Talking that nonsense. That's a fact. I don't live in New York either, though. But I'm speaking some real shit, not nonsense. Yeah. Shout out to you, man. It says Giants not getting any black coaches. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like I said, it will be a major change. And personally, I got to see it to believe it too, crowd favorite. I ain't going to hold you.
Me too, but I know it would be a good decision.
But the media is reporting it, you know, and the Giants just love that media, bro. They just all right. Speaking of, yeah, bro. Like these people crazy.
What's up, AK?
What's good, bro?
Eagles in the playoffs again. What y'all gonna do?
Yep. Let's see it. So I got one more thing here I'm gonna share, and then we're gonna get out of here and get ready for the game. Getting you guys ready for Giants Vikings. I personally think the Giants gonna get their ass whooped. That's me. That's why I ain't really talked about the prediction pain.
Right. Prediction pain.
Let's get fucking whooped. But let's see here. Okay, here it is. Now they talking about Joe Shane. So we talked about the fucking coach. Now we're going to see what they're saying about the GM. I want you to listen to Joy Renan and just pay attention. I may stop it and comment on it, man, real quick. It's only a minute 50, but this is what I'm talking about right here.
Are you finally at the point where Joe Shane cannot return as GM of this team?
Yeah, I'll say this. So, I haven't spoken directly to ownership about this, but I've heard from people who are close to ownership, and they've flipped from when Brian Dable was fired, right about a month ago or so, to now to Joe Shane is, he's in serious jeopardy. Like he's in real trouble here.
So you flipped. You You see what I'm saying?
Always do.
You flip flopping. You see, you listen to them. They flipped from when Brian Dable was fired to now Joe Shane. Why did they flip? Let's hear.
Considering what's going on, that the change of coaching hasn't helped out at all, right? That was sort of the thing. Look, they have the good young talent.
Why did you think the change of coaching would have helped out when you know that you apparently were missing some pieces? And did you think that Mike Kafka was going to go in there and then reset the whole team mid-season and you was going to go off? Like, what was the expectation? But they saying, oh, nothing changed. Did you expect to fucking win games?
Don't know how.
Okay.
Have the good young core. The talent is better than what the results are. And I know it's a small sample size and it's a tough spot for an interim head coach to come in, but it hasn't really changed the results, right? And it's
so in the same sentence, he says it's a tough spot for the coach to be in. You know, says the talent is better than the results. But they ain't gonna say the man needed that they changed, flipped, and now they want Shane fired.
not just a coaching problem. It's obviously a much bigger problem, like the whole program.
The whole
talent
program.
level. Is it
So
really-
who is really running the fucking program, Jordan? Is it Joe Shane or is it John Mara and his fucking family? That's all in the front office.
Yep.
Tim, Chris, Little Chris, Baby John, all of them up in there.
Yeah.
So you saying it ain't the roster, it ain't the talent, it's the program. Who the fuck is running the program? Because you done had 3 different GMs and 7 different coaches, and you still losing. The results haven't changed. But you expect to make one in-season coaching change and change the fucking results? And then on the next sentence say it's an organizational problem?
Who runs the organization?
Come on, bro.
That's why you need president of football operations. You heard it here first.
Fucking malarkey.
I don't care who brings out whatever you talking about. You go watch them, nigga. You heard that shit right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network from Unpopular Opinion Sports, NYG 22, Kenneth Bell, whatever you want to call the nigga. He said that shit first. And that's no lie. Go pull up, pull our file.
He's telling you the program is something's wrong with the program.
So if something wrong with the program, nigga. It's something wrong with the ownership in the front office.
And
that's
the
ahead of the
program
GM.
that has not changed.
That has not changed.
You have not gotten your family members out of there like they said they was going to do, because we seen on Hard Knocks the motherfucking Maras are still in there calling shots in the front office, sitting in the meetings and shit.
Who's hiring all these damn coaches and everything?
But you want to sacrifice person after person after person after person and put these guys out of jobs. Now, I know they ain't going to be hurting, so I'm not feeling sorry for Shane or Dable or anybody to get fired, you know, from an NFL job. If you're smart, you should know how to manage money. But
they get bread. Yeah, they get.
You see what I'm saying? They still get
guaranteed bread.
But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You still got to think about all the assistants and some of these other people that makes it harder for them to get positions in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like this tone right here, man. But let's hear what he got to say, man, before we get out of here.
Good enough. They're 2-12. They're 5-26 over the past 2 years. It's hard to reconcile that. 5-26. They have 31 games.
I know, it's unbelievable.
They've won 5.
Don't
And he's the one who put together these teams. So we can sit here and
they won 5 games, but was Joe Shane on the field for those last second losses? How many last second losses have the Giants had just this season?
Shit, the Cowboys, the Broncos.
You see what I'm saying? Games they should have won,
Bears.
but was mismanaged, not due to motherfucking talent, Jordan, but due to coaching. They wouldn't have this 5 wins over the last 2 seasons.
Wobble about whether the talent is better than the record. The bottom line is the totality of the team that he's put together has produced a 5-26 mark. They have an 8-game losing streak. And someone asked Mike Kafka, like, have you ever been part of something like this before? And he said no. And I'm thinking to myself, what are we talking about?
Last year.
You lost 10 straight last year.
Right.
They could top that this. They lose that.
So you, and I like Mike Kafka, but you expected Mike Kafka to come in there and start winning some games when he was a part of the staff of the dude you fired.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think he was going to do? Change everything mid-season, change a whole new offense, which he probably need to do because he's got to run the shit he got in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't build this offense. He's just calling the plays from the playbook that Brian Daboll handed him. It's this New York media.
Not this year. They'll have the number 1 overall pick, but they'll also set new Giants record for 11-game losing streak.
So you want to talk about the losing streak as if they're supposed to go in there and roll off wins.
Yeah, that's
in
what they
the
were supposed
toughest
to
part
do.
of their schedule.
Mm-hmm. That's what he's supposed to do.
Mid-season with no number 1 receiver. You didn't lost your running backs. You know what I'm saying? You got injuries.
With the worst defense in the NFL.
Your defensive coordinator you had to fire because he was costing you games. How was you supposed to win any fucking thing? And then yet still the season ain't even fucking over and you talking about firing the motherfucking man. What if he run off 3 straight?
Oh, you say fire him because he ran out 3
Any
straight.
fucking way. No, you cost him a position. So they just want you gone just to want you gone because they don't like you.
Yep, that's it.
Fucking hard.
Lose situation. You lose, you lose. You win, you lose.
This game is going to be another L in my motherfucking unpopular opinion as we wind this shit down, bro. Talk to the people, Pat, bro. What's your thoughts on this shit?
Yeah, I think we take another L with the Giants today. I do think Jackson Dart to show you a couple of plays here or there, but it's gonna wind up the Vikings are just gonna overrun them. They're gonna blitz them.
The problem with Shane, real quick, because I see y'all in the chat. I didn't get a chance to look at the chat. The problem with Shane is not that I think he's a great GM or that the Giants can't upgrade. It's the fact that y'all want to redo this whole fucking thing, which means you got to take a new quarterback because your GM that comes in and your head coach may not want this fucking quarterback. So you're asking to redo this whole fucking thing, but then again, you're also asking to hold on. What the fuck is it?
So listen. We are getting ready to go and
you asking to redo the whole fucking thing, man, in one goddamn fucking off season. But yeah, let's get ready, man, to get over there, man, and call this game, man. We'll speak on this a little bit more throughout the show. Because I expect this to be a bloodbath here. Minnesota gonna get cracking, man, with Aaron Jones and company and Jay Jettas. But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Always good fun, always good banner, man. Keep your comments. I love all the comments. I love all the talk. Even though we don't agree on everything, y'all still fam to me, bro. Appreciate y'all, man. Take us out, Pat.
Peace.